Don't you hate it when things are too short? Yeah, me too. I've got this chuck wrench for my 3-jaw chuck. And it's the factory chuck wrench. You know, it, like I said in earlier videos, this is a import machine. It is an import chuck. But this little bitty thing is just too short for my hands. I got two problems that I have with this. The first problem is the fact that it's too short. The second problem is it is really easy to drop this thing on the floor. I have a temporary solution now, and that is using a magnet that I have pinned up against the wall over there. And I need a longer chuck wrench. And I saw a video last week of Adam Booth, A-Bomb 79, maybe 2 weeks ago. He made a new chuck wrench for his American pacemaker that he has. I will put a link to that video in my description, and I am going to do my best to make a longer chuck wrench. I don't need it to be, you know, full-size American pacemaker size, but I do need it to be longer. What I have here is a piece, a little slightly over 4-inch piece of chrome moly. I don't know how well it's going to work, but I am going to give it my best shot in making a 3-jaw chuck wrench for my 3-jaw chuck, using my 3-jaw chuck wrench to chuck this in the 3-jaw chuck. How many times can I say chuck? Chuck, 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 chuck. Alright, so I've got a set of plans here. I will bring you back, take a look at the set of plans. I just hand drew them about 10 minutes ago. Alright, what you're looking at here is the set of plans that I drew. Nothing major, no major turning of any kind, but you can see that it's about 4 inches long. I've got some basic measurements from the original chuck key, which is right here. Just so happens that my piece of chrome moly is just slightly under 5/8. This is just slightly under 5/8. I've got 5/8 dimension written here, 0.625. I got plus or minus 3,000 because all I'm going to do with this is clean the rust off of it. I'm going to polish it back up, make it pretty again. So right here I've got 3 grooves that I want to cut. I'll use just a basic groove cutter to put these 3 grooves 1/4 inch apart, 1 inch from the bottom. And the reason I want that is I plan on making another chuck key for my 4-jaw chuck. I have 2 4-jaw chucks. One is a little too big for that lathe that I have, and then I have one that is the right size for that lathe. And I'm going to put 4 grooves in it. They use a different size fitting right here, the wrench piece. I'll put 4 grooves in it, that way I can tell the difference between the two. And let's get started. Alright, right off the bat, I gotta tell you, by no means am I on par with any machinist. I am not a machinist. Everything I learned about this video, or about this machine, and doing what I'm about to attempt to do, was gleaned from watching this old Tony, Mr. Pete, Adam Booth. Let's take a quick glance right now, see if I can adjust the camera. So this little magnet right here, that is my current way of attaching this. What I want is I'm going to do another magnet, and I'm going to put a little pipe on the bottom of the magnet. It's going to have just a pipe at the top, so I can stick this chuck key right here, and I can see it. It's readily available. The magnet will stick to right here, but for the time being, that's where it's going to stick until I make the new chuck. Alright, let's get started. Alright, make sure that I am where I need to be. And for those of you who are machinists, If you see me doing something that I shouldn't be doing, let me know in the comments. I will respond to comments. First thing first, got my safety glasses on. Wear your safety glasses. So we're gonna start off with about a 600 RPM, see how that does, and go from there. Come in and just touch off. I don't know if you can hear me or if this thing's too loud. Touch off. We're going to feed in. This thing does not make heavy cuts. We're just going to start with about 6 thou. It's doing okay with a good face off. Not quite there. This little machine has some serious rigidity problems. I'm going to go in another 5. That should clean it all the way up. Not too bad. Let's give it a chamfer. Before I go any further on this, you're going to hear this thing chatter. I am still learning how to cut tools, high-speed steel. I don't need a big chamfer. I think my dinner is here, so we're probably going to have to put a pause on this video. I hear my lovely wife, so that tells me dinner is here. I'll go ahead and set up for this other edge here. Let's wipe the chips out of here. Yep, I hear my lovely wife. Tells me my supper is here. So, see you after supper. Alright, welcome back. We are got this piece turned around. A little nub there. See if I can get that taken off with this. Oh yeah, that did it. Just a little Noga deburring tool. I like it. Until we touch. Always helps to lock my tool in place. Alright, we're going to come in about 7. I'm not going to worry about putting a chamfer on this end because it's going to get milled off. Let's take, I don't know if it'll do 10. We're going to try 10 though. There's some chips. Nice and slow. Oh yeah, that's a pretty facing. Made with an automatic feed with a speed for itself by now. Alright. Good face. Get this out of the way. I'm going to run a little little bit of a deburr on there. That is just so I don't cut my fingers on it. You know, as you do. Alright, little rusty, dusty. I may not even mess with this OD because I know that I can polish this out on my buffer. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it in here. I got some brand new. Oh, see, that's the thing right there. There's not enough space there. This handle is just not long enough to get a good, decent bite on it. All right. It doesn't have to be centered because I'm just going to use some of this paper here. Let's start off with some 150. I don't need a lot. Just bought this paper the other day. Come around. Oh yeah, I can see it shining. See if we can get a good view of it for you there. See it shining up there. And I don't know that I need to go any more than 400 on this. Let's see what that looks like here. Alright. It's got little dings. This was a piece of half-inch drive extension that was damaged. It was about 2 feet long, and it was damaged. The finish that was already on it was like a brushed finish, I think. But I kind of like the way that looks right there with it. So I've got it chucked up here in the mill. I do not have a 4-sided collet. This is an ER32 collet. I have the 6-sided, the hexagon. I do not have the square. It is in my purchase plans. I might even attempt to make one. I don't think my skill quality is quite there yet. I mean, I could make one and it would be extremely close, but I don't think it would give me the zeros that I chase. So what we're going to do is we are looking for my 3/8. My 3/8 collet here is pretty universal for what I'm doing because I can run my center finder and find my edge. I can find my edge and my edge if I need to. And got me a nice little Starrett center finder. It was a gift from a friend. Got me a nice little, I love Starrett tools, and they do too because they are very expensive. I could make noises. Oh, my auto feed needs oil. Just using the center finder to find my edge. Always double check it. That's all I need for this one. Alright, I'm not sure whether you picked up that first pass or not. My phone cuts out on me, and I try to keep it over here where I can see it propped up, but I get caught up in what I'm doing. Forget to look over at it. Alright, come back to 375. Alright, but here we are. We're on the second side. Got it flipped over. Made that first pass. Now we're making the second pass. Cutting at 60 thousandths depth of cut. with his little 3/8 end mill, doing its job. Money. Deeper before I put it back in the vise. I want to take a measurement, make sure that I reached my 308 thousandths. Let's zero this. Kind of see right here, it's got a ridge, and we were this distance from here to here different on my height. My zero is the same because my work stop. My zero on my x-axis should be the same. So let's stop yapping about it and get to it. Alright. Come in 187. A little bit of love juice. Good. Measurement this way. All right. So we were after 308 thousandths. Oh, that is 308 thousandths and 5/10. Alright guys, so we are set back up here on the lathe. I've got my cross slide set to a 30-degree angle from the work. My goal here is to bring a bevel on this edge, and it'll come back to here. So we're going to start off small, just using the cross slide adjustment here, and see what we can accomplish. I just want to touch off, just want to kiss it. 15,000 steps of depth of cut. I am looking for a better machine, but this cuts steel. Seem to be cutting better on my back stroke than I am my front stroke. That file's not going to do it. It's too wide. Let's do a little bit of cleanup on that. Wipe it a little bit. I can live with that. It's a decent look. Right. Right, this end is essentially done. We're gonna see how it fits. I've already tested it, so I know that it fits like a glove. That is outstanding. All right, so I have made a change to the plans. I am going to drill this end for a set screw to hold my T-handle. I like that design. I like that concept. The grooves here, I want 3 grooves, 1/4 inch apart. 1 inch from this tip should be here to start with, somewhere in this area. 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. 3 grooves to tell me this is the wrench for the 3-jaw chuck. That's this chuck. I do have another 4-jaw chuck that has a different size fitting here. I'll make a specific wrench for it as well. Let's get busy. Right now I am centered as close. This is not a critical measurement. What I've done, bringing the tip of my tool to the front edge of this. I don't need it to be exactly 1 inch. I need it to be close to 1 inch by the drawing. So I've zeroed out my dial right here. 1 full turn of the dial is 1 inch. There is 1 full inch. Let's get started. I'm going to lock my carriage in place. I just want to kiss it, and then I'll slowly feed in. Get up to about 600 RPM. Alright, I'm kissing it. I can see a line starting there. I'm going to give it just a little bit of love juice. Brand new acid brush, because I don't know what I did with the other one. Just put a little bit of love juice on it. And since we're plunging, I'm going real slow, and I want to keep it wet. That's good enough for me. I'm at going in a total depth of 30 thousandths. I'm going to go 250 thousandths. 100, there's 200, there's 250. I'm going to re-zero. Come in till I touch. So we're going in 40 thousandths is our total depth. 40 thousandths. A little bit of love juice on there. We're at our 30 thousandths. Back out. Over 250 thousandths. 100, 200, 250. Little bit of love. Alright, that's it right there. Back it out. All the way out here. I am going to use this file here. I just want to break the edge slightly. This is a decent file, but it is not one of my good files. Normally I'd clean that oil off first before I did that. But this file has been resharpened, and this file was given to me. Still got a decent edge to it, but I don't mind a little bit of oil getting on there. Let's give it a little clean. And that is beautiful. That is beautiful. So we're back at the mill. I have already got the Jacob's chuck installed and centered. Because this is round, I don't want to just attack it with a drill bit, because that drill bit will walk left, right, and I kind of don't want to attack it with just a center either. That is my 0x. We're going to come into 500 thousandths. Alright, let's get moving. Enough yap. More zap. Alright. I have broke off many center. Inside tool steel. I don't need to go terribly deep. I am going to do a pilot. Let's get to drilling. Let's speed down. Love juice. Close. Get you turned around. See what we're doing here. Some love juice. A little bit of love. Running about 350 RPM. I do not want to go in too quickly with this, because these real small centers like this, they tend to break off. I want to peck at it. Again, I don't need to do anything more than just make a mark. Something that keeps that drill bit from wandering around. Pilot with a 24. And I don't need to worry about the measurement of how deep it's going because of the hole in it. We just need to break through. I'll have to use one of my needle files to deburr that. But let's make it happen. Seven. This is a well-used bit. Probably going to have to be sharpened soon. If not, just replaced, because I'm learning sharpening. I am not the best drill bit sharpener yet. About 400 RPM. Give me some love. Alright, so what I'm using now is just a shop-made tap follower. Bring this up. Right there. Put a little bit of strength on there. Preload. Now, because this lathe does not have a lock, all I can do with this is get the tap started. I don't dare try to run this lathe while tapping. Alright guys, we are over here at my bench vise. I made these soft jaws to fit on here. Came with some really crummy jaws. Like I said, this is cheapo. But the soft jaws work fantastic for what I'm doing. I got a nice crank on there. I'm going to put squirt just a little bit of love juice and tap away. We just don't need to go very far. Alright guys, so this is my 5/16 rod. Need to do a little bit of cleanup on it. It's got rust. It will fit in here once I get these deburrs off of here. There's some burrs on these edges, but should fit with no problems. Nice tight fit. 1/4 20. Make sure that it goes in. Ooh, like magic. Nice fit. Okay. Yep, goes all the way through. No issues, no worries. And based on the height, it'll have a little bit of stick out, but I'm not terribly concerned about that stick out. Alright, let's get this in the lathe, face the ends, maybe even chamfer them, nice round chamfer. Might take a file to them, pull it out, run some emery paper on it, shine it up nice and pretty. Well, look at there, we got this housing. Lock it in place. Nice touch off. Add myself about 10 thou. Mine, give it more chamfer. That worked out okay. I like that. Round it off. Doesn't have to be an angle, but I want it nice and round and soft so I don't stab my hand with it. Just want it comfortable in my hand. See if that's going to be comfortable in my hand. Oh yeah, it's going to be nice and comfortable in my hand. Alright guys, went to the polishing station. Got this thing nice and shiny. It's a nice tight fit. Get it centered. A little bit to go. My measuring stick. I think we have it right there. We are at about 1.950 both directions. Yep. I think we're golden. Let's wipe it down. Tighten this set screw. We'll take this old piece that we started with yesterday and we're going to try you out. See how I like you. That is nice. I like that.